So one thing I found when I was learning to code HTML, CSS, JavaScript was that I was spending my time doing all the development locally on my machine, but I couldn't quite understand how to take this and put it onto the internet so that everyone can see. So that's what we're going to have a look at today, and we're going to put our example website up on Amazon Web Services using their S3. So what I've got here is website files, and I'll just open this up with brackets. It's a brackets project. So I'm using brackets text editor, and it's just a simple HTML file. It's got some styling, CSS file. Okay, thank you. It's got JavaScript component, which actually uses React, and it's got some font awesome folders. So that's what we're looking at as far as our example website goes. And if we have a look at it, it looks like this. So pretty basic website. It's got the only bit of JavaScript is this year, which is done using JavaScript, and this little timer here is a React component. So there's a couple of things there. So what we're going to do is take this from our local environment and put it online. Okay, so we're in AWS, and we've logged in using our administrator account or another user account, not our root account. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to services and S3. And S3 is one of Amazon's storage solutions, and you can use it like Dropbox or, you know, Google or something like that to upload content and use it as storage. And one thing about S3 though is you can also configure it to host a website, and that's what we're going to do today. So first of all, we're going to go and create a bucket, and you need to enter a bucket name, so that can be anything you like. I'm just going to call it so you can't use uppercase, obviously. I'm just going to call it that. That's fine. So click next. Your region. Now you can choose any of these regions. For this example, I'm just going to leave it with the default US East North Virginia. Click next. And click next. And by default, everything in our bucket is blocked to public access. I'm just going to leave that for the moment. Next, create bucket. Okay, and there we go. So I'm going to click into the bucket, and then what I'm going to do is upload my website files. So go into my website, select all, Click and drag. Okay, next. Give it a standard. And upload. Okay, so that's done. And now in order to configure our bucket to host a website, we need to go to properties. It's not configured to host a website by default. I'm going to click on static web hosting. Use this bucket to host a website. Index document. In our case, that's going to be just index HTML because that's what it is. If it's called something else, your main document, then type in whatever it's called. Error document can be the same. We don't actually really have an error document. And save. Alright, so that should be good. And if you click on this again, it gives you this endpoint here. So this is the HTTP address that we can use to access our website. So if I copy that, paste it into the browser, we get this error. It says access denied. And we get this error because, like I said before, by default, S3 buckets are private, so they are set to disallow public access. And for a website such as this, we definitely want everyone to be able to access it. We want public access. So in our case, rather than going and unblocking all of these, we're going to go to our bucket policy. And in here, we can add a bucket policy that will allow public read access to our content. So I'm just going off this bucket policy examples document from the AWS documentation. And if we scroll down, this one should do. Grant read-only permission to anonymous user. So that should allow the public to read our content. So if I copy that, paste it in here, and we just need to change this to our bucket name. So CF website. Click save. And you can see we're getting this error access denied. And it says the block public access settings turned on for this bucket prevent granting public access. So, okay, so we need to go back to block public access. Edit here. And because we're adding a new policy, we'll untick these two. And we can leave these two as is for now because they're access control lists, which we're not doing at the moment. Click save. Type confirm. And let's try again. Save. We've got the confirmation that our bucket now has public access. And if we go back up and refresh our URL, then there's our website deployed on the internet as it was on our local machine. So this is the URL at the moment. You can share that with other people. They can come and visit your site, and you're now online. Congratulations.